Welcome back. You're still watching SA Today right here on SABC News. SANTACO KwaZulu-Natal says the taxi body's compliance operation has yielded positive results at this Easter as the number of taxi crashes have decreased. Operation Hlokomela involves the inspection of vehicles along long-distance routes. Now, let's talk about this with Sifiso Shangase, who is SANTACO KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Office Manager. Good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, Colin, and to the viewers at home.
How did Operation Trokomela come about?
It's basically a national program for SANTACO, which is ensuring that the minibus taxis that are on the road, which are basically legitimate, are minibus taxis that could be able then to commuters to their various destinations. And what is happening there is that the owners themselves inspect these minibus taxis in ensuring the safety. But another thing that we would want to clarify with regards to this operation, it's divided into two portions or components here in KZN. We have a schools outreach component as well as the road safety component. But I know for a fact that today we are mainly focusing on road safety component, which is the Operation Trokomela, whereby our own minibus taxi operators inspect their own vehicles within and around the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And we also have 80 ambassadors in each and every region. And their role is to ensure that the minibus taxis that are operating within those particular areas are fit to be on the road, and they comply with all the promulgations which government requires for vehicles then to be able then to commute individuals or commuters.
Do you do this in collaboration with traffic officials? Is it done in their presence as well?
Definitely, because we are not empowered to stop vehicles on the road. The people that are empowered to stop vehicles are RTI or traffic officials. What we do is we submit to them specific dates into which we request collaborations where roadblocks could be held. And during those days, that is when they will send their members to come and assist us in terms of stopping vehicles for us then to inspect them. But in instances whereby you could see that the violations or transgressions are big, then you consult with the traffic officials for them then to take over the responsibility, whereby in certain instances you'd find that vehicles will be impounded because of the violations that are actually obtained or found in individual vehicles, which you have already transmitted or requested the police then to intervene.
How did this campaign really yield the results that we have been speaking about, especially contributing towards the decrease in the number of accidents and increasing compliance? What has changed, as we know that in the past, sometimes the taxi industry would be found to be on the wrong side of the law, where some taxi drivers, even though it's not all of them, would be found to have oversped, overtaking over the barrier lines and so forth?
The strategic intervention program itself and the way it was structured, whereby the minibus is controlling itself in terms of regulating. The first point of departure was when we decided to go into the ranks. Before a vehicle leaves the taxi rank, the inspection has been conducted there. And over and above that, it is known that it's the owners themselves that are overseeing the vehicle's conditions. And the drivers themselves then have got to comply and conform to the rules and regulations, because if they do not do that, there are repercussions which might be able then to follow them. Like, for instance, if the vehicle is not in a good condition, the owner is informed, and then he has got to ensure that he fixes whatever that's been identified. But if he carries on with such a vehicle, then steps will be taken by the association or the region to ensure that that particular vehicle is not on the road up until the faults have been fixed. And we think the awareness as well that has been created by SANTACO at a provincial level as well as nationally in terms of intensifying and also cascading information about this particular program has made us to yield positive results, especially in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Government department has also participated in providing stipends for the guys that are operating on daily basis, and we call them Trokomela ambassadors. We also have 4 champions, and their responsibility is to ensure that they oversee the operations of the ambassadors in all these 16 regions in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Since the inception of the program, the number of road carnages and accidents and crashes have reduced drastically. Hence, government is fully supportive of this initiative in our province, and we appreciate their support as well as the minibus taxi industry. And just to inform you, of late, on the 31st and the 1st of April, we had a joint interprovincial roadblock as well as a workshop with our counterparts from Free State. And the intention was to share our experiences and also to show them how we do these operations. And our government was part of that, including the MEC was also part of this, as well as the registrar from Free State. And we are seeing that these collaborations are actually yielding positive results, whereby stakeholders partner in ensuring that we deal with road carnages in our province as well as in the country.
Just before you go, the taxi industry had problems, especially during the lockdowns, after the impact of COVID-19 on the number of passengers they had to carry, which was fairly reduced. I remember that time it was only 7 passengers in a 14 or 15-seater, if not 16. So this time around, how is the industry recovering in as far as incomes, as well as the ability to repay the loans of the taxis that were bought on credit?
The industry is still drastically affected by lockdown COVID-19. You must remember that we have not been able then to receive even the COVID-19 relief. Challenges have been so drastic to us. Some of the vehicles have been repossessed by banks, and we've been trying to engage with banks in terms of coming up with reasonable solutions which could be able then to be of assistance to our minibus constituency. But to tell you the truth, the industry has been hit hard because there hasn't been any relief. And over and above that, vehicles have been repossessed, and the number of commuters has been reduced, and there have been this reduction in terms of the numbers, as well as interprovincial operations have recently been agreed upon, whereby you are allowed now to do long distance traveling, but still the industry is still affected. We can't deny that fact, but slowly but surely we hope it's going to recover. But currently it's difficult. We've been also negotiating with dealerships to be able then to bear with us as the industry because of the COVID-19. And we know that COVID-19 is a pandemic which did not come with government or any person, but we are pleading with dealerships, banks, and so forth to be able then to understand our plight as the minibus taxi industry in trying to resolve this, because transportation is our source of income. And if we no longer have this, it will mean then the rate of unemployment in our country is going to grow.
All right. Thank you so much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Colin, and we hope to be in contact in the near future, and to your listeners and the viewers as well. Thank you so much, SANTACO in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Sifiso Shangase is SANTACO KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Office Manager, speaking to us about various interventions that have yielded positive results, especially during the Easter weekend, which led to the decrease in accidents, and there's been an increase also in compliance with the rules of the road.